Hello, I'm Cleopatra Wallace, and today's video is all about the murder of Julian Wood by Bionca Ellis. It happened on June the 3rd in Ohio. So we're going to watch a few news clips first, so I'm going to read the disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act in 1976, allowance is made for the fair use for the purpose such as criticism, commentary, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and or research. Fair use is a use that is permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Alright, so we're going to watch the clips and then I'll be back. So it's me, Cleopatra Wallace, and we are snooping around in the case about the little boy, Julian Wood was his name, and his murderer's name is Bionca Ellis. On June the 3rd, they had an encounter. So let's read about it. On June the 3rd of 2024, Margot Wood and her 3-year-old son, Julian, returned to their vehicle after shopping at a Giant Eagle supermarket in North Olmsted, Ohio. All of a sudden, a woman dressed in black charged at them with a knife and stabbed both of them. Julian was stabbed in the face and the back, while Margot was knifed in the shoulder. Bionca Ellis, 32, walked away after committing the crime, and horrified shoppers called 911. Ellis was arrested after the police gave first aid to the victims, who were later rushed to St. John Medical Center, and Ellis was headed towards Dover Center Road, still brandishing the weapon, before she was caught. Now, you know what? We're going to pop over to Reddit and watch this quick little news snippet.
On both the child and the adult. Unfortunately, though, as we know, the young child did pass away yesterday.
Nope. Start. Just play from here.
Inside the Volunteers of America store, where she obtained a butcher knife or some type of kitchen knife. Unknown at this point if she paid for that knife or she stole it, but then she was then seen exiting Volunteers of America, walked over to Giant Eagle, where she was on their cameras, spotted Mrs. Wood and her son, and then proceeded to follow them out to the parking lot. And somewhere near their vehicle, Miss Ellis then attacked the two of them. The young child suffered 2 stab wounds, one to the face and one to the back, and then she suffered one to her shoulder area. The female was located, still carrying the knife that she used during this incident, near the Dover Center exit from Giant Eagle. She was taken into custody. She provided no resistance to us, and she was immediately transported to the North Olmsted City Jail. The officers on scene also tended to the 2 victims. Was 3-year-old male, and then his mother, 38, both of North Olmsted. Our officers did an amazing job doing life support, life-saving measures on both the child and the adult. Unfortunately, though, as we know, the young child did pass away yesterday.
All right. So now we'll go over. What is this? All right. So now we're going to go over to the other video, which is her being arraigned in court. Yeah, this is the family. The father said he wants to make sure she never gets out, but they've given her a $5 million bond. Right. So this is the thing where, she's smirking. In this viral video showed Ellis smirking as her charges were read to her in court during her 3rd attempt at arraignment. The court brought the murderer downstairs to face the judge in person. Ellis refused to acknowledge her indictment, declaring she had no intention of reading it herself or having her attorney read it. So Judge Nancy Russo proceeded to read the indictment aloud, during which Ellis was seen smiling and as she listened to the allegations against her. Okay, so let's listen.
2903.11A1 and/or endangering children in violation of Ohio Revised Code Section 2919.22B2. Count 4 alleges that on or about June 3, 2024, the defendant did knowingly cause serious physical harm to J.W. on date of birth 10/29/2020. Count 5 alleges that on or about June 3, 2024, the defendant did torture or cruelly abuse J.W., date of birth 10/29/2020, a child under 18 years of age, and furthermore, the violation resulted in serious physical harm to J.W., date of birth 10/29/2020. Count 6 alleges that on or about June 3, 2024, the defendant did attempt to purposely cause the death of Margot Wood. Count 7 alleges that on or about June 3, 2024, the defendant did attempt to cause the death of Margot Wood as a proximate result of the offender committing or attempting to commit an offense of violence that is a felony of the first or second degree, to wit, felonious assault, Ohio Revised Code Section 2901.11A1. Count 8 alleges that on or about June 3, 2024, the defendant did knowingly cause serious physical harm to Margot Wood. Count 9 alleges that on or about June 3, 2024, the defendant did, knowing that an official proceeding or investigation was in progress or was about to be or likely to be instituted, alter, destroy, conceal, or remove any record, document, or thing with the purpose to impair its value or availability as evidence in such proceeding or investigation. Count 10 alleges that on or about June 3, 2024, the defendant did with purpose to deprive the owner, Volunteers of America store, of property or services, to wit, knives, knowingly obtain or exert control over either the property or services without the consent of the owner or the person authorized to give consent. I have now read the indictment to you. Do you wish to enter a plea of not guilty?
Sí.
Pardon me?
Sí.
What's same mean? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. I understand the victims are represented and they want to make a comment before I set bond. Is that true?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Good morning, sir. Could you start with your name?
My name is Jared Wood, father of deceased, husband of Margot. Your Honor, that day, 1 week ago, she took everything from us. There's nothing that could ever replace my son, or anything that my wife and I, or even our other kids, are going through. It's horrendous. And I really wish no bail, period, or extend it to the max limit possible that you can, at the very least. Just do whatever you can to keep this monster behind bars.
Thank you, sir. Is there anything else you would like to say?
That'll be it. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Is there anything else before I pronounce bond?
Your Honor, we would just ask that you consider assigning the Public Defender's Office, recognizing this is not our number. We did represent her at the first appearance unit. I did meet with her on Friday. We have had contact with her family and begun working on the case. Thank you, Your Honor.
When the original bond was set out of Muni Court, the bond was set at $1 million, and it was before the passing of one of the alleged victims. I do not believe that bond is appropriate given the change in circumstances and the allegations that are contained in this indictment. Bond is set at $5 million, cash, surety, or property. GPS, no contact with any surviving victim or victim's family, DNA order. Judge is John Russo. Pretrial is June 17th at 9 a.m. I'll assign counsel.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, so let's go there. Hello, I'm Cleopatra Wallace, and this video is all about the murder of Julian Wood. And the event happened on June 3rd, 2024, which was just 8 days ago. So So we're going to go ahead and bring Spirit in now and just try to get the energy of what was going on. Alright, Spirit guides, holy angels, and ancestors, gather around, because today we're going to the grocery store. And this particular grocery store is located at 27264 Lorraine Road, and it is in North Olmsted, Ohio, which is, I guess, a part of Cleveland. It's in Cuyahoga County, and we want to be there on June the 3rd. And there, on the video, it shows her going into the store at 2:58, and then the call started coming into 911 at 3 p.m. sharp. So we want to put us there at 2:45 p.m. and take us to 3:45 p.m. So that's like 1 solid hour. So the whole event was over in 5 seconds. It don't take much to do that much damage. Alright, so we already have one card. I like to start with 4 or more. If the cards fall to the floor, I only take the ones that fall face down. If too many come out, I will take the top and the bottom. And if a card comes out in reverse, I'm probably just going to turn it back around. Alright, now, like I said, we want to be at the grocery store. This grocery store is called Giant Eagle, and it's in the suburbs. And on the way to this grocery store is a mother and her child. Margot Woods, 38 years old, and her son Julian Woods was 3 years old. And this is like just a normal everyday trip to the grocery store. But on this particular day in June the 3rd, there was another very, it's kind of sinister energy about, and this energy goes by the name of Bionca Ellis. Now she also was at this physical location of 27264 Lorraine Road. So, since we have like 3 people, I'm going to switch decks. Since we have 3 people that are involved in this rig, we have the killer, Bionca. We have the victim, well, there's 2 victims. We have the one late victim, Julian Wood, and we have his mother, Margot Wood. So what we're going to do is we are going to focus on the energy of the event itself. We're not necessarily reading for one of the 3 people. We're going to just read the event. So Spirit, I want to be, she gets behind them in the store coming out at 2:58 p.m. and calls come in at 3 p.m. But, alright, we got another one. But they are saying that she had a butcher knife that she had got from a thrift store, Volunteers of America, which I'm guessing is inside of this plaza that the store is located in. That plaza is called Water Tower Square. Water Tower Square in the zip code of 44070. We're in the plaza. It's June the 3rd. We're between the physical times. Alright. We're going to keep that one that flew this way. But this deck that came out like that, I'm putting them back. Alright, so we only need one more card. We are at the physical address of 27264 Lorraine Road. We're between the times of 2:45 p.m. and 3:45 p.m. We're in the zip code of 44070. We're tracking the energy of Bionca Ellis, 32, Julian Wood, 3, and Margot Wood, 38. We wanted to know, caught them. Let's switch decks for the last card. We are wanting to know about the energy of the event. What was the motive? What was the what was the inspiration or the trigger? What is going on? You see this deck won't shuffle? Alright, we gotta put this one in the box. It's not cooperating. You have been replaced. Alright. We replaced it with the Nightmare Before Christmas deck. Alright, we only need one card, y'all. That's it to get this party started. So we are on the date of June the 3rd of 2024. We're tracking the energies of Bionca Ellis, Julian Wood, and Margot Wood. They're at the physical address of 27264 Lorraine Road, a plaza known as Water Tower Square. We're in the zip code 44. Alright, there we go. 2. We're keeping both of them. Alright. Bell almost fell. Okay. Alright, so this is 2. We have 3 cards. We have 6 cards. Alright. How clever, this card was hiding. Alright, well, let's get started. I'm outside first. Alright, the first card out is the 10 of Eyes. As you can see, it's like a person just kind of sprawled out there. Let's see what's on here. And I know when you look this card up in the book, the 10 of Eyes means that you were looking at something for a very long time. It's like if you're like binge watching something, or yeah, it's that's the energy of the card, is to be binge watching something, or watching the same thing over and over, or the same type of thing. But I'm gonna see what's on this actual card. This is interesting. It has the energy of the little boy, but like instead of it being like a show that somebody's binge watching, it's giving me that Margot was like a good mom. She was always watching him and his siblings like non-stop. I don't know if she was a stay-at-home mom, but she looked after him, literally. She looked after him a lot, and I'm sure like her, I guess you could say like her looking, it turned out to be detrimental in a way. You know, you looked and now you've watched him die. But let's clarify. And to clarify, we're going to use the Alice in Wonderland. But there are, you know, even if you are like the most attentive mother in the world, things can happen. This whole stabbing only took 5 seconds. That's how quick. Alright. So you're showing me Margot watching after Julian Wood constantly, always knowing where he is and what he's doing. Can you give me the energy of the person that was watching her watch him? Can you give me the energy of the person who was watching, other than his mother? Clarify the 10 of Eyes. Oh, it flipped. Yeah, so I'm guessing this is her with a knife that she done got from the Volunteers of America. So while she was watching them, looking at them, almost immediately, as soon as she saw them, this is interesting. Watching Alright, so we know what that is. Let's move on to the next one. Alright, the next card is the Seven of Wands, which is usually like a, I want to say, it's a team of working, a team working. Like a like solidarity. You see, they're all holding their guns the same way. And it's the, look at there. This tower thing. The shopping center that they're at is called Water Tower Square. Huh. So this is like the other shoppers and stuff. That's what I was saying earlier, like how come nobody noticed her with the knife? But they're all doing the same thing. They're all just minding their business. But they did begin to call the police as soon as the attack began. But let's see what's up with the other shoppers. That's what we have for these are the other shoppers, y'all. No one's looking up though. Not one of these people are looking up. And the people up at the top of the tower, they too far away to see. Well, none of the other shoppers are looking up. But still, let's clarify and see. Is there anything one of them could have done? I think Ohio is a concealed carry state. I don't know. Spirit, you shown me Water Tower Square. We're at the address of 27264 Lorraine Road. And the zip code 44070. The zip code 44070 on June the 3rd between the hours of 2:45 and 3:45 p.m. We are with Bionca, Julian, and Margot. There are other energies around. There are other shoppers. You showed me none of them were paying attention to the event. Can you give me the energy of the crowd once the event began? You see how that jumped out? And this is the energy of the crowd once the event began. I'm almost scared to flip it over. It jumped out. Yeah. Alright. Damn. It's the Lovers. It's Gemini. This is giving me the energy of like, you see his hand right there, and like she's trying to reach for him. Now when it happened, when the little boy got stabbed, he was actually inside of the shopping cart, and his mom went to reach for him, and that's how she got stabbed in the shoulder. But to me, it's giving energy of like, okay, he's so far down there, like completely covered, and only a little bit of his hand is here holding a flower. Even if this woman wanted to try to pull him back up, it's too late. It's too late. So by the time the other shoppers paid attention, it was too late. No. Alright. Let's go to the next card. Here we have the Hanged Man. And this is, just somebody kind of waiting around at the mercy of someone else. Now, when I was looking for this story, I had seen a little video clip where she had, I guess I got arrested before or something, and was in a wheelchair. And I had, like I said, I tried to find information about her. There was no information at all, like whether or not she worked, whether or not she was homeless, or whether or not she had kids. Like, nothing is available about her. And as I'm looking at this, the only thing in this card that's like sticking out at all is this dark place that this man done come from. Like, what kind of fresh hell is that? So I'm guessing this dark place is where Bionca Ellis resides in her day-to-day. So since I couldn't get any information, and dark and spirit is going to show us where it's at, let's ask some questions about it. But I do have questions about it. Alright. Let's get a different deck. Not the uncooperative one. That's going to stay over there. It's on punishment. Alright, so we're going to use the Hermetic Tarot, because it has like a lot of like really deep occult symbolism. And like I said, there's some next level darkness going on here. Alright, Spirit. As you know, we're at the grocery store, the Giant Eagle up at the plaza, the Water Tower Square. We're in North Homestead, Ohio, which is, I guess, the next big city to it is Cleveland. In Cuyahoga County. It's June the 3rd of 2024. We are trying to track the energy of Bionca Ellis as she approaches Julian and his mother. But there's not very much information on where she comes from. Can you give me the energy of the place that she lives? Ooh. That was quick. Alright. Alright, so what came out is the Six of Wands, which is a winning team, actually. Yeah, the Lord of Victory. But that's the energy of the card itself. And it's important to note that this happened in Ohio. So I know a lot of the country is in like a heat wave right now, but it's actually cold up here. We're in the 50s today, and I live in upstate New York. But there's fire. There's quite a bit of flames on this card. So we're trying to get the energy of where she comes from. I just keep looking at all the fire. There's quite a bit of fire in this card. It's like fire here, fire there. Like fire. Are these like? I'm not sure if these are eggs. Like, what are these things that are on fire? And what does that have to do with where she comes from? Alright, we're going to clarify the clarifier. Alright, Spirit, as in regards to Bionca Ellis, we're trying to see if we can get some background on her at all. Like, what was her inspiration when she woke up that morning? What was her living conditions the day of June the 3rd, 2024? I want to see Bionca Ellis's living conditions on June the 3rd of 2024 before she went to the store. What is it like for her? What did she see when she first wake up? We're wanting to know the living conditions of Bionca Ellis. No? Alright. Switch decks. Alright. Crystals is making too much noise. Alright, so we're going to use the spider deck. Spirit, we are wanting to know Bionca Ellis's living conditions the morning of the event. And the event happened on June the 3rd of 2024 in a zip code of 4... it's face up. Alright, the event happened on June the 3rd of 2024 in the zip code of 44070 in the shopping center called the Water Tower Square. The physical address is 27264 Lorraine Road. But before we go to the store, I'm trying to see what was Bionca Ellis's living conditions. Did she live with other people? Was it happy? Was it sad? What does she see in the morning when she wakes up? What does Bionca Ellis's life look like on the day-to-day? Give me the energy. Alright. It's not the conditions, it's just the energy herself. And you might be thinking, why does it say innocent girl? She's murdered a child, for Christ's sakes. And I'm saying, like, this was before. Like I said, we're asking about before the event. And in one of the interviews, I think they may have interviewed the cop that arrested her. And he said something like, she's a non-violent offender. So I'm guessing they might have just thought, like, she was harmless to a certain extent. But that's still not telling me where she lives. Alright. I'm sorry, y'all. We just cannot move forward until I find out what her living conditions are. I need to know what those conditions are. Spirit, we are with Bionca Ellis. This deck's still not acting right. Yeah, alright. Y'all making me upset now. Alright. I know. We're going to use the Edgar Allan Poe deck. Let me make sure I got them all. Alright, I got them all. Alright, Spirit, as you know, we are with Bionca Ellis. We are in Ohio. at a shopping center called Water Tower Square. Physical address 27264 Lorraine Road, zip code 44070. I'm wanting to know about Bionca Ellis. Before she went to the grocery store, she was in the plaza at like 2:30 p.m. Taken to 9 a.m. What was around Bionca Ellis at 9 a.m.? What was the energy? What was her living conditions on that same day at 9 a.m.? We're in a zip code of 44070. It's June the 3rd. Wow, this is crazy that no one knows the living conditions of this person. Oh. Thank goodness. It's making me hot. Alright, now we got some living conditions. Thank you. We're in a room. Let's look at it. Okay, the floor is dirty as hell. Look at the floor. Dirty. The table has all these. Look, I know this story. You see this white crap on the table? It's supposed to be teeth. Like he dug up a woman because he like really liked her smile or something, and then he like got all her teeth out of her mouth, and like I guess he holding them around, playing with them or something. But to me, it just looks like a table with a bunch of mess on it. Like that could be like peanut shells, like food wrappings. And there's this very solemn looking man. There's not very much else in this room. There's a dirty shovel leaning up against the wall. It kind of looks like a dirty mop, doesn't it? Alright, and it's dark and dreary. No signs of life at all. No flowers, no pets, no decorations, just a bunch of old books on some old shelves. Alright, so her home life was not that good. Alright, so we still have 3 cards left. Alright, so what we have here is the Judgment. Which the Judgment means somebody's coming back, but I'm going to see what's on here. Oh. Now that is interesting. Like the arraignment part, when the judge had to read it to her, and it was like, you know, a few pages or whatever, she's reading it to her, and she's like smiling and she's happy. Spirit says that's like what she wanted. Like, I guess to a certain extent, it's like this. If like you don't like your lot in life, if you feel like people have always like did better than you, or you know, looked better than you, or had a better life than you, and like you're in and out of trouble, right? But none of the trouble really sticks because it's just all a bunch of misdemeanor shit. Like the cop said, like she's a non-violent offender, right? So the energy of this is, I finally did something bad, like something bad enough to where you know, it's a lot of paperwork on it. Like that settles it. That settles the whole rest of my life. I don't have to worry about anything else ever again. They are gonna lock me up and throw away the key, and then I'm pretty sure she's gonna be like a nightmare in prison. But that's gonna be the rest of her life. Like she's happy with that. That's why she was smiling. Like the thought of not have to figure nothing out for the rest of her life. That's what she wants. And it's sad that you had to take an innocent child just so you don't have to live your own life anymore. But this is the energy of the arraignment and why she was happy. She finally got that paperwork, and then I guess she's gonna go to jail and be like a bully or a hard ass, like, well, don't mess with me. But far as I know, they say that like child murderers don't do well in prison. Well, you know, people that mess with children and old people or disabled people, you know, they kind of But to be honest, she looks like an absolute nightmare. I'm sure she's a very unpleasant person. We still have 2 more cards. I'm not even going to clarify this, because I just clarified it. She happy with all of that, all of those charges. Those crystals rocking are driving me crazy. Damn it, this thing don't kind of look like her a little bit. So this is her. This is her. Alright. So, since we got her here, what do we want to know? I know. I want to know what pushed her to the edge. What was it about that day that she was like, you know what? I am sick of being outside. I don't want to be out here no more, never again. Alright, Spirit, you have shown me Bionca Ellis herself, as she was June the 3rd of 2024 at the physical address of 27264 Lorraine Road, zip code 44070. I'm wanting to know her energy. What was she thinking when she first saw Julian and his mom? What was Bionca Ellis thinking when she first saw Julian and his mom? I caught it. And this is at the grocery store, the Giant Eagle, on June the 3rd of 2024 between... Got it. But this one fell. Alright. Oh, wow. This is the, it's like an inkwell thing back there. And see how he's like grabbing this man? So this was her energy when she saw them. Violence. I had to ring the bell. That's some energy right there. But violence. Now, when you look this card up in the book, which I have done many times, it's the energy of, you know, you're going to get it on you too. And by I say get it on you too, like this thing behind him is supposed to be like a big vat of ink. And it goes like, whether you're the one being dunked or the one doing the dunking, both of you are going to be covered in the ink by the time it's done. So in a way, both of their fates were both decided at that time. Julian is gone, and now she's gone too, because she's gone. She's not going to worry about anything else. But I'm guessing she first saw them, she knew that she was going to sacrifice, or not, I shouldn't even say sacrifice, she knew that she was going to murder him and decide their fates. And also it was the contrast. Spirit is saying it was like the opposite. Like night and day. I guess Spirit says if you're going to kill somebody, if you're going to mess with somebody, you're probably not going to mess with somebody that looks very similar to you. Because it'd be like, you know, you're doing something to yourself. So a lot of times it'd be like the opposite. or like an extreme contrast. And Bionca Ellis and Julian Wood couldn't have been more opposite. The polarity is insane. Alright, we got one more card. What time it is? It's 35 minutes. Alright, the last card is the 10 of Needles, which is the 10 of Swords, which is like, you know, disaster, anxiety, this here though. There was this is a lot of impact. Like it's 10 of them, but there were actually only 3 stabs. Like the little boy got stabbed in his face and in his back, and the mother got stabbed on her shoulder. I think this is the actual like stabbing. Alright, so let's ask a question about it. I'm thinking we should ask, what was Bionca Ellis's energy like immediately following the stabbing? Like, was she relieved? Was she happy? Because they caught her pretty quickly. Like, she didn't even try to get away. She still had the knife in her hand and everything. But as we now know, she wanted to get caught. So let's see what her energy was immediately following the stabbing. Alright, Spirit. Dang. As soon as I shuffled it out. Yeah, he was waiting on the corner. Just standing out, sticking out, just waiting. And the King of Swords is very, can be very, I don't want to say cruel, but can be very cruel, like very cutthroat. As in, you know, like standards have to be upheld. And that's just it. Standards do have to be upheld. Like this person to me is like representing, not only is she just waiting there, but also like the judge of society, of people that are like, are basically calling for her head now. Everyone, like the machine is working now and she's in it. She's sucked into the machine and it's working. That well, yeah, because I'm looking at, not only is the machine working, does that look like the strong arm that look at his hand. It almost looks like it's metal. I'm trying to see if I'm saying it right, like the long arm of the law or the strong arm of the law or an iron fist or something. You know, this is judgment for real. No. Alright. This has been a read about Bionca Ellis and Julian Wood. If you found this reading interesting, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, because who knows what's going to happen next. Bye.